If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Okay, time's up.
What it do, family? You know, with the news of Donald Trump being arrested and charged with his involvement or possible involvement with the January 6th situation, there's been a lot of buffoonery going on in the black community. You know, and there's two sides of this coin. On one side, you have people who believe that this is actually a win for black Americans, black people in general. And on the other side of that coin, you have people who are trying to flip the narrative to make it seem as if Donald Trump himself has now gained some sort of street credibility off of this mugshot for being so defiant against the law. And I want to talk about both sides of those coins. So I'm going to play this video that was addressed to me. Really, I'm not going to play the video, but I am going to play the audio because I am not trying to ouster or blast anybody, but I do want to take what this person said and address it.
I think the biggest takeaway here is the art of allowing people to enjoy things. For most of us, we didn't think that we'd get this far to see a former president of the United States have all his dirty little deeds dug up and put on full display in the light. For you, it's just a picture, but for a lot of people, it's visual accountability. Finally seeing someone from the 1% be held accountable for the things that they've done or tried to do. So if people want to take that small win and celebrate it, they're well within their right to do so. Lastly, I don't know, just like you don't know what the outcome of the trial will be because the case hasn't actually gone to court yet and been tried. So at this point, we're both assuming he may go to jail, he may not. But the point is, people have a right to be excited for some progress. But again, the key takeaway here is just allow people to enjoy things.
And this was my reply to her. No, family, it's a psychosis. You say many people want to take it as a win. The question is, what have we won? You see, the system has got us so messed up that we will take any little thing and call it our win when it really doesn't benefit the black community at all, including this situation. We still have politicians giving everything to everyone outside of the black community. And the man that's more racist than Trump, Biden, is the person that's making that happen. Now, I'm not for either party. But knowing history and knowing how not just presidents, but people who sit higher up the ladder never get convicted of anything, whether they get arrested or not, whether there's a mugshot or not, where's the win? A visual accountability is not accountability at all. Them taking a visual picture of a criminal going to jail versus an actual criminal going to jail means nothing. As a matter of fact, it's more of a political ploy to help the Democrats get more of what they want, us back on the plantation. After I made these comments, the person blocked me. But this is a problem. This is what I'm saying. You know, people want to run around talking about, you know, this is a win for black people, but no one can tell me or articulate to me exactly what have we won. What is it in this situation that makes it a win for the black community? No one can articulate it. When you ask a person those type of questions and they can't answer those questions, then you must then think to yourself, what am I participating in? Us running around acting like this is a celebrational situation, us acting like this is a dub for us, really doesn't benefit nobody but the Democratic Party. Because, yeah, they want you to believe it's a dub for you. They want you to think that they're acting in your interest as if sending Donald Trump to jail is in our interest. What do we gain? Really, can anybody tell me, what does Donald Trump's mugshot benefit the black community? Hell, even if he does go to jail, how does him going to jail benefit the black community? What policies does that give to the black community? Come on, I want anyone who has an answer for that to leave a comment and tell me. And I will reply. How does Donald Trump going to jail in any manner benefit the black community? And then answer me this. Who does it actually benefit? Because the truth of the matter is, why should black Americans even care about this situation? This situation is like Russia versus Ukraine. It ain't our business. Black Americans literally has no dog in the fight. And that's how you can gauge who's literally still sleeping, who's still on that plantation. Because when you ask them questions about, like, what do you feel about the Trump, convention, all this other stuff, if they get excited, then they still sleeping. If they sit here and try to defend Trump in any way, that they're tripping and sleeping. The response that you should be looking for is that I don't care. What does it matter? It doesn't benefit the black community in any way. That should be the response. But yet, we got people celebrating as if this is a dub for us. The young lady said we should be able to be happy when we see the little bits of progress. And I'm all for that. I don't want to take away nobody's happiness whenever we're getting some sort of progression going. But still, you have to let me know, in what area are we seeing progress? Because this is a psychosis that people are living in. They have been conditioned to believe that Donald Trump going to jail, one racist going to jail, is progression when it comes to the black community and black interest. This is where we are right now. We're living in a Twilight Zone situation. We're literally conditioned to believe that if one racist go to jail, it actually benefits us, especially when that racist is the enemy of the Democratic Party. Now, I'm no fan of Donald Trump by no means. However, what I will say is we have to look at these situations and start asking those questions if we want real substantial change, if we want real tangible change that we can see, we can feel, and we can hold in our hands. Because the truth of the matter is this: symbolic wins means nothing. The same way they give you symbolic gestures in the political realm when it comes down to black Americans. But they give everybody else tangibles. They give everyone tangibles. So, symbolic gestures mean nothing. It means nothing when we need all of what is owed to us. I don't care about a picture unless it's a check, damn it. Because at the end of the day, by 2053, the median black income is going down to zero. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin.
That mugshot situates Trump in a cultural context that I'm not sure his enemies may have anticipated. Now he joins Frank Sinatra. He joins Elvis Presley. He joins Johnny Cash and Tupac Shakur. And he didn't only know some of these people, meaning he is now seen by non-political folks as a rebel, an outsider with swagger. And as one black lady I spoke with earlier today here in New Orleans said, Trump's a gangster. And that means he has cred among a new block of voters that perhaps have never given him a serious look, and now they're looking again.
Trump's a gangster? An old black lady told you that? If he would have said Cornel West said, then I would be inclined to believe him, because Cornel West goes around all the time saying that Donald Trump is a gangster. However, you said an old black lady? And the first thing that she says is Trump's a gangster? See, this is the disrespect that the lamestream media shows to black community and to all the black folks who are supporting Trump. Because what they're doing is basically saying that the black community glorifies criminality. The black community glorifies when someone goes to jail in our community, no matter the reason. They instantly gain a bunch of street cred, is what he's saying. And you should feel disrespected by that dumbass terminology. And the way that he tried to put the little emphasis on Trump's a gangster. He sounded just like He was biting right from Cornel West. He just didn't want to give him the credit for it. That's the truth. That's the truth. But look at this.
Which one are you in, though? Donald Trump. I'm talking about they got everybody. Look at that fucked up.
Yes, my friends, you are correct. Those are black people standing out, screaming, "Free Donald Trump." It's funny to me that you have these people standing out on the street screaming, "Free Donald Trump." Donald Trump wasn't screaming, "Free the Central Park Five." Nah, he wrote an op-ed talking about we should bring back the death penalty. You know, when those black folks was trying to move into Donald Trump's building and he denied them, I don't see how anybody can feel like Donald Trump's a friend to them. Because he isn't. Not anybody in the black community. Do you guys remember when he used to run around with all the Democratic rappers? Do you remember when Donald Trump was a Democrat himself? He used to give so much money to the Democratic Party. You guys remember that? I am seriously just baffled when I saw this video. I was baffled. I'm baffled now because I'm trying to understand in what world do our people believe that any Republican, not just Donald Trump, but any Republicans are for us. When Donald Trump was in office, you know, he didn't do too much to harm the black community, but he didn't do anything to help the black community either. And that's a thing that I'm seeing a lot more of. A lot of black folks are more just stressed out and just really they really don't want Joe Biden back in the White House because they gave him that opportunity. I say they because I didn't vote for the bastard. But they gave him that opportunity and they were able to see what we in the new black media has been speaking about for years. For decades when it came to the Democratic Party and the different people who they select in order to be the leaders. And now people have this irritation because shit like this is happening.
Into a luxury hotel in Midtown Manhattan, now a public shelter for migrants. We uncovered potentially dangerous conditions there.
Yeah, and now we've uncovered a massive waste of food paid for by the public, as one would expect from a sanctuary city like New York. So how is this happening? We're talking bags of food tossed into the garbage.
This in a city where lots of people could use that food. Here's 7 on your side, investigative reporter Kristen Thorne.
This is insane. This is fresh. This is good food. This is bags and bags of food being thrown away.
Workers at the Row Hotel in Midtown say it's a nearly everyday occurrence.
We throw away food that is perfectly fine.
The 1,300-room hotel is being used exclusively as a shelter for migrants, some of whom are seeking asylum.
This is completely sad. This is a waste. We wasted a lot of food. We got homeless in New York City.
Felipe Rodriguez works in the housekeeping department at the hotel and told us about the food being thrown out.
Bagels is just going to waste.
He says this is the delivery the city makes to the hotel every day, 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fruit, water, and sandwiches are also available on every floor. Rodriguez says workers have spoken with hotel management about the amount of food being thrown out.
We have complained rigorously about the waste of food.
This housekeeping attendant, who did not want to be identified, says she throws out food all the time.
Boxes of apples, boxes of bananas. They throw out the sandwiches as well.
We asked the city repeatedly how much it spends every day supplying food to migrants at the Row. They didn't get back to us with an answer, but said the food is prepared fresh in the city every day.
Now, how many Black Americans who are homeless have you ever seen get not only put up into hotel rooms, luxury hotel rooms, but given gourmet meals 3 times a day? And where have you seen that those same Black people waste thousands upon thousands of dollars of food that the taxpayers have to pay for? You don't see it. And this is why you're seeing a lot of frustration when it comes to, even wanting to think about putting Joe Biden back into the office. Black folks ain't having it because you putting them in our communities and then you are lacing them with all the funds that they need, housing that they need, when your own citizens ain't getting that same treatment. When Black Americans, we can't get a damn thing from them. But this is a humanitarian crisis, they say. A crisis that they created with their own 2 hands. We as a Black people should be concerned about it. And see, this is why you have these Black folk out here confused as they are, because Neely Fuller said it best, white supremacy takes both sides of the argument. But they're out there because they truly believe that Donald Trump's going to get rid of some of those immigrants, those illegal immigrants, finish building the wall, and maybe, just maybe, he will benefit the Black community. But the truth of the matter is, what he's done previously will be the same thing that he's done before, which is nothing. So don't allow the lamestream media to convince you that joining the Republicans is a good thing. But also, don't allow the lamestream media to convince you that Donald Trump being arrested and his mugshot being taken and him being released 30 minutes later, him posting his mugshot 30 minutes after he took it to his Twitter page that he seemingly haven't used in some time because he knew what it would do. Don't allow them to make you believe that that's a good thing. And don't allow yourself to believe that Donald Trump got some sort of street credibility from taking that mugshot. We need to get this together, and we need to get it together now. We don't have time to play around, to be cooning around, to be celebrating things that doesn't make a difference to our community. That is an egotistical thing to do. And you have selected sides when you do that. You should be on the side of Black Americans, not the side of Democrats, not the side of Republicans, the side of Black Americans in your own interest. With that being said, family and friends, if you ain't done it already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, hit that share. Let's get this message out. Help me beat up the algorithm. And please, comment. Let me know. What have we won? What have we gained in the Black community with anything out of this situation? And will Donald Trump going to jail change anything within the Black situation in America? Peace, family.